Hey, what's up, Star Status? It's 3D the Rap Star, aka is the Benz Man. And in today's video, I'm gonna be telling y'all why you might want to think twice before buying an AMG if you don't already have one. And now, first things first, if you are a mechanic, then this video might not pertain to you because you can work on the car yourself. So all those labor prices, you will not have to pay for it because you can fix it yourself. And the bread and butter of these indie shops pride on people like you and me because they know we gotta keep bringing our Mercedes-Benz back for more work. So you gotta stick around for the whole video because I'm gonna be talking about multiple different things in this video. But the first thing I wanna go ahead and talk about is maintenance prices and brakes and rotors on these cars. Like even on the standard Mercedes-Benz, like even for me, my S550 Coupe, my brake price, yes, was over $1,500. And I do got a video on that, so you can imagine what AMG brakes would be. But you know, some people nowadays, you can get a 43 or a 53 and it should be cheaper, but let's just go into some of the prices. So believe it or not, yes, it is true. A lot of people do buy these cars and can't believe the prices of the brakes and rotors. Like, look at this. I have a 15 with 21K. I brought it in for pads and just got a text telling me the rear brakes will be $3,300 plus tax and the fronts are $3,200 plus tax. What? And a lot of people will often tell you or often say, well, what do you expect for an AMG? What do you expect for a high performance car? You would think the brakes will cost a lot. Like even if you look here, sounds a tad high, but yes, the regular rotors on an S63 are over 1K each at full price, plus pads, sensors, hardware, labor. I can see it easily going for 6 to 7K, but yeah, you can get some discounts. Like me, I used to always want an S63 AMG Coupe after I had my S550 Coupe, but now I'm second guessing it because the price of brakes alone, that's just outstanding. And what makes it outstanding for me is because I don't hit the racetrack. I don't even drive fast like that, so I just don't see myself paying that much on some brakes. But even if you look, there's a website for Mercedes, you know, parts. AMG S63 was quoted at $9,500 for brakes all around, non-carbon type. And if you ever at a used lot and you see these brakes, run for the mountains, bruh. Run for the gates. These brakes alone can go from anywhere from 10K to 20K. These are the special AMG ceramic brakes. And yes, these things cost right here. So if you're a person that don't like to do it yourself, please be aware that the labor they charge on these cars are outstanding and it can bankrupt you. A simple job on a Toyota is not a simple job for a Mercedes. All right, now next up, AMG is just not what it once was. Bringing home an AMG, it meant something different back in the days than what it means now. It meant more prestige than what it does now because the market has got saturated with all these 43s and 53s from different models with 4 cylinders and inline 6. The original V8 AMG meant something. Bi-turbo, even non-bi-turbo, it still meant you had a handcrafted V8. You know, but some of the earlier days, they did use 6 cylinders, but it transformed and they start getting 8 cylinders. And now every time you think of AMG, you think of that hand-built motor, but it has went away. So now they got better price points on more AMGs with these 43s and 53s. But having that 63 or 6.2 liter AMG meant, hey bruh, pop the hood. I want to see the signature on this car. And now another thing you might want to think about if you are someone that buy cars and end up selling them, you will lose a lot more on a car like this than something like a Toyota Camry. Just let's put it in perspective. My 2020 Toyota Camry is still worth about 24,000, which I got it for 31, so what, 8,000 off? These cars right here, when it first came out, was roughly what, about 200K? But now you can find some examples for under 100K, which lost half of its value. But this one right here is sitting at $129, which holds a little bit better value because it is a trim higher than just a standard AMG GT. It is an AMG GTR. So keep in mind that depreciation hits these cars hard. Like even this car right here was roughly brand new. MSRP was $177,000, can now be had roughly for about $49 to $56. So these cars lose a lot. But yeah, these are an older model, like a 2015 or a 2016, but you get the point. My Camry is already going on 5 years old, but still only lost a fraction of its price. And now the next thing I want to talk about is insurance. So if you are a person like me who already think insurance be getting over on you and you're not even going to drive the car that much, then yes, insurance is going to be higher than your standard Mercedes. And not only that, they look at it as a sports car, so insurance rates are going to be even higher and it can get annoying at times. But I did want to add in this little fun fact. So did you know that Mercedes was kind of ahead of the curve on this? So you may be looking at the photo and thinking like, oh, that's a cool wrap. It's actually not a wrap. It is a Designo factory paint. Yes, so it's not a wrap. You know, they came out with these colors to keep up with the times. They had a color like this. They had a silver one and they had a green one. And they also got more Designo colors that are not, you know, matte or satin looking. All right, now for this topic, I wanted to go a little bit into more detail because I touched on it earlier when I was talking about the maintenance prices, but with the brakes and everything. So this one is pertaining to the whole car. Shops sometimes will know you have an AMG and they are gonna charge you outstanding rates. Like really listen, really make sure you listen to this, because I used to take my CL550 and my S550 coupe to the shop and I was just asking the guy just to get his opinion on it. How much would it cost for the same repair if I had an AMG? And he was telling me a good rule of thumb is double the price. So if you pay $2,000 on brakes for an S550, expect $4,000 on brakes for an AMG. If you pay whatever for engine mounts, expect X amount for an AMG. And I mean, while not everything will be like that, because I think the oil changes are not over the top crazy in price, it's just most of the things. So I hope this helped someone. You know, I still want us to buy these AMGs. They are still nice cars, but just think twice, you know, have that second mind before you go ahead and make a purchase like this. So have a good day. Signing off, Benz Man.